Shall I give you a little tour while the fire chimney breast is drying? So cold and wet outside. This is my, I call it my wet station really, because I don't like to have jugs of water too near other things. It's so easily knocked over. Blue roll. This is where I dry my paintbrushes, and I've got all my paintbrushes there. Ignore these are going to be cleared out to go to a friend. Those two boxes, one is all sorts of sundry things, sort of like, you know, plastic containers and little bits and bobs that I think might be coming useful to be cannibalised somehow. You could call it trash, but anyway. Bits of stick to be in the fireplaces, because they're not coal fireplaces, they're wood. So I gathered those out the garden. The bottom box is watercolour stuff. Those are two other Dremel things. That's Max's chair, but he doesn't like coming in here at the moment. It's too cold, he says, too cold. That's my house through there. That's how near I am. Those are watercolour things down there. This is a box of my most recent delivery of stuff. So that had the fireplaces in and things. I've got oils there. No, not oils, inks and enamel paints on the top there. A couple of paintings still left. Haven't got my pretty lights on today. Tripod. I've sorted out all my crates. I store everything in crates, and that's a bit of MDF. That was another. This actually was a wardrobe in my mum's house. She died in 2021, age 101. She'd been living independently at home in South Devon, her choice, and the wardrobe in the spare room was all of her painting stuff. So these slabs had been the shelves. So one side was sort of hanging space, but she had all sorts of things piled up like easels and stuff. And these were the shelves of her painting cupboard. See, things go full circle, don't they? All of my gubbins here, stuff stored, sewing machine, pedal, stuffing for fabric things, art mediums and tester pots, packaging, card making stuff, heater underneath my table. So what I've done, the big swap, is I put my main, what was my working table, is over there, because this beauty of a townhouse wouldn't fit on this little table, which was over there. So I've had a swap around, so I've got a much smaller working space, but I've got all this side, bit at the side to put stuff on while I'm working on it. Had to move over some of the tools and stuff, so some of them have come over here. Still got my wood hanging in bags here. This big piece here, this is the front of the townhouse. These are mounts. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Funny, I had somebody this morning ask me about doing some Reiki art for us, just as I was about to go and give those away. But anyway, we'll see. I've got more crates under here, bit more of Mum's cupboard there. That's got sandpaper in and stuff. That's odds and sods. That's sort of bits of leather and things that I've been gifted. That is, that's all the paints and stuff that I currently use. So, and then underneath that tray, I've got a box with my tools in, like pliers and stuff, and another box with the air drying clay. Behind at the back there, I've got a fan. Don't think I need my fan at the moment. Here the heater on, sewing machine and art paper. Then I've got, this was Mum's old drawing board. She had a whole life as an artist. Then down here, this is mostly the front of the townhouse. So there's the little room thing. I can't remember what you call them. Goodness me, I think I need a cup of tea. pitched roof thingies and fiddly fuddly bits and pieces. Some more tools there, bits of stuff for my lights, clamps and chisels, and then I'm using this space, front door. It's had one coat of paint in plum. I've got out my DAB radio because I quite like listening to Radio 3, and then that's my slops pot, which gets emptied outside. MDF primer, bits of paper and cardboard when I need those, and these are some flooring, laminate flooring strips. I was going to cover up where my floor gets all runkled underneath my chair. I was going to relay that floor, but actually I keep moving the room around, so it's not suitable there. It's going to go, I think, in the cupboard under the stairs that needs some sorting out in our house. And that's one of the windows out. You can see everything looking very wintry and dark and a bit gloomy, and it's raining and cold, and I'm here in the warm and cozy. And if I, there we are, let's turn on some pretty lights. And I've normally got my SAG light on, which is this twizzly light. It's really, really bright, but it just keeps my brain happy. Otherwise I get the gloomies in the winter. So that is the floor ready to be sanded and stained. That is the bedroom landing. This is the main landing coming in. So the front door is going to be here. So this is like going to be the living room. I'll show you that fireplace as I work on that. So these walls they need to be papered, but they've got to accommodate the chimney breast, so that's why they're not papered. Kitchen, I've got an argery sort of thing there. That needs a recess for it to live in. I'm so pleased with those quarry tiles. So lovely. And when I should have been asleep last night, my brain was working overtime with what I was going to do with that. So this is going to be my room. I need to sort out that light. That's a bit iffy. And that's the landing, and that's the top landing. Worked out which was the top little bit balustrade there. That light hasn't stuck on very well on the wall, so I need to tend to that. And that is going to be Paul's room. He's got a light there that will go on his desk, so that's all completely wallpapered. In order to get into that top room, I have to stand on a step. So yeah, that's why he's got the top room. What's this? I've done a plan for something. Oh, that was my planning, my working out my table. Don't need that anymore then. So this, the bulb, it came packed with the bulb separately, and the little two prongs that fit into there are a bit too long. It would be shorting out apparently because they were touching each other. So I need to reduce the length of those, and also they weren't very good in their socket. So I can, if I move this speaker and get those other things out of the way. So there's my lighting. It needs to be all finished being rigged up. So I've got one bit of cable here without its socket on. That's the one from my creative room. I'm not sure what to call it yet. I haven't quite got an identity for it. And yeah, I've got all the other floors laid. They all need sanding and staining. I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to do all four in one go. I've got them all here, ready, done. That's the paper for the kitchen, the tiles, and more wallpaper there for the living room. So I've got plenty of jobs to be doing, but it's too late in the day to start the sanding. I really don't fancy being all dusty today. I'll do that tomorrow maybe. If you'd like to support me and the creation of my dolls' houses, both Ashton Place and Bramble Cottage, you can now do so via Ko-fi. I have an account there and it's as Davies Miniatures. So you can make a contribution, buy me a coffee, donate a couple of pounds, either as a one-off basis or on a regular basis, whatever works for you. It would be really appreciated, because all of the money that I receive in donations from supporters will go on materials and accessories for both Ashton Place and Bramble Cottage. It just means that the places will be a little bit more delicious and luxurious than maybe my pocket could offer. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your support, and whether you fund me or not, it's just so lovely to have you watching the videos. I'm making them anyway. I'm making these houses because I love what I'm doing and I love all the aspects of the creation process. Thank you so much. Love to you. Bye bye now.